My name is Brian Craig, and this is where manga comes to talk. Welcome, one and all. We got a lot to cover here, and I'm going to talk about Trump, some updates on Comey, Bondi, and the big, beautiful bill. Now, I know a lot of people are having meltdowns today, and I'm talking about conservatives, Republicans, and MAGA people are having meltdowns over these traitor Republicans who are holding up this bill. And I said this today, I said this yesterday, these Republicans are all butch, while Trump's in the Middle East saving the world and making the planet a better planet. Let's see how butch they are now that daddy's home, right? So I have no worries about the big, beautiful bill's passage. It will be passed, and Trump's going to get all the stuff that he wants in it. No tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security, the tax deduction of the interest on your auto loan on American-made vehicles, making the Trump tax cuts permanent, which are set to expire, and, of course, completing the wall and a million other things. But those are some of the highlights. And a lot of these things, this is what people don't remember about Trump. And it amazes me how many people don't remember all these things about Trump. I always tell people, read Art of the Deal. It's a beautiful day in Florida, guys. Yeah. I am driving to my mother's house. Just left my house. I'm heading to my mom's house in Fort Lauderdale. So, I don't know. About a 30-minute drive, depending on traffic. If you read The Art of the Deal and you follow Trump, any time he's negotiating, he always asks for a whole bunch more than he wants. Sometimes he asks for 3 or 4 times what he wants. And the reason he does that is so he has stuff to give back to make it look like he's giving concessions. And I gave this example earlier this week, yesterday or the day before. In his first term, there was a very famous confrontation in the Oval Office between the drunken old hag, Nancy Pelosi, and the Palestinian senator from New York, Schumer. And it was over the wall funding. And President Trump wanted, I don't know, he was asking them for 8 or 9 million. And they sat there and laughed, and they only gave him like 6. I might be off. I mean, did I say million? I mean billion. They only gave him like 5 or 6 billion. Well, Trump only wanted 3. So, you know, they thought they had a big victory. And Trump still got like twice what he wanted. And the big, beautiful bill is a similar thing. While the main things are non-negotiable, which are the ones I listed a moment ago, he's got a bunch of things in there that aren't going to be... He's padded it with a bunch of crap so he can give concessions to these rhino fake MAGA. And then, you know, they're also arrogant and labs. Oh, Trump didn't get this, Trump didn't get that. Trump didn't want any of that stuff anyway. So don't worry, daddy's home, and he'll get these children, fake Republicans in line, and the bill will pass. We'll have everything we want. I'm not worried about it. You know, I did see Steve Bannon today, who was right on the money, spot on, Steve Bannon, when he says, can't they get something done when Trump's not here? And you know, yeah, I agree with him on that. But I have no worries about the big, beautiful bill's passage. Do you? Is Trump going to get what he wants done? Tell me, guys, yes or no? Is he going to get done what he wants to get done? I say yes. I say yes. Absolutely. But they'll think they won something and he didn't get everything. You know, let them have the little fantasies that they get one up on Trump. The big, beautiful bill will pass. the things in it are universally nonpartisan, accepted by the American people, and everybody wants it. So I'm not worried about the big, beautiful bill at all. Now, Pam Bondi is in some trouble here, and a lot of this falls on Kristi Noem, too, for her to make some decisions. And I'm talking about J. Edgar Comey, and if you don't get that, J. Edgar Hoover, J. Edgar Comey. Comey should be arrested. I think most people agree with that. What he did was completely insane. He should have already been arrested. They should have confiscated his cell phones, all his electronic devices, all his computers, everything, and his wife's, by the way. All that should have been done. And I didn't get into this part on the show this morning just because we had so much going on and I didn't get to it. But one of the things that you want this done for, okay, is not just because of this threat. I believe there is a conspiracy committee of never-Trumpers who have been organizing the lawfare against Donald Trump, not just the last 4 years that the Biden regime was in, but the whole time. And Comey is a part of that committee, right? Comey is insane. And I mean, he is certifiably insane. He's a crazy person. And being one of the ringleaders of the lawfare against President Trump, and I have no doubt in my mind that he's one of the ringleaders, they would find text or emails on his devices talking to his co-conspirators. And it would be a great way to gather some more evidence on the lawfare people. No doubt in my mind. And because he's so arrogant, Comey thinks he's above anything, right? Don't you know who I am? I'm J. Edgar Comey. You can't touch me. And because he's psychotic, he wouldn't delete all these things because, he's arrogant and he wants to keep them on his devices. So for that alone, they should do it. Now, Pam Bondi and Kristi Noem, as Secretary of Homeland Security, the Secret Service is under Homeland Security. Used to be under Treasury. Now it's under Homeland Security. So Kash Patel said, and he's right, this is a Secret Service matter. They'll assist if the Secret Service need them to, but it's a Secret Service matter. By the way, it is 91 degrees here in sunny South Florida. See the sun? Not a cloud in the sky. It's a scorcher. I have the air conditioning down to 62 degrees, but it is 91. So I don't have it all the way on high because I'm live streaming, but I have it close to on high. So Kristi Noem oversees the Secret Service, and she needs to order the Secret Service to arrest him. She really does. And it's within her authority to do that, isn't it? As Homeland Security Secretary, Secret Service is under her. Now, that doesn't mean that Pam Bondi is going to prosecute, but let Pam Bondi make that decision. And I got to tell you that, Laura Loomer was, Laura Loomer calls Pam Bondi Barbie, and Laura Loomer posted on X today about this, about Pam Bondi. If Pam Bondi, Kash Patel's already passed the buck to the Secret Service. He's right. It is their jurisdiction. But if Pam Bondi doesn't do anything about this, do you think MAGA world will forever hold this against her? What do you guys think? It's a risk. It's a big risk. No doubt about it. It's a big risk for her, for her political future. I mean, this is a big one. Part of what Trump has to do, and it's also one of the things we elected him to do, was drain the swamp. So we've got Letitia James now on the mortgage fraud. She got her subpoena for the grand jury. She will be indicted. She will be charged. She will be arrested. She will be found guilty, and she will go to prison. You get them on what you can get them on. And if this is what it takes to get Comey behind bars, who's part of the lawfare conspiracy, so be it, right? And Pam Bondi, is in a situation where if she doesn't take any action, if she doesn't arrest Comey, she's going to get booed at MAGA events. I'm telling you, people are going to be pissed off at her. It's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. I'm heading to my mother's house in Fort Lauderdale right now on this beautiful day, but I'm stuck in some traffic right now. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Yeah, this car's very fast. This is a very fast car. But I'm in stop and go traffic, so yeah. Yeah, 91 degrees. The air won't kick in full strength until I get going here. I mean, I'm like in a parking lot, but I'll be on the highway in just a moment. But Pam Bondi's making a big mistake not arresting him. She really is. He should be arrested. If somebody did that, if Kash Patel, okay, did that against Biden when Biden was president, you don't think they'd arrest Kash Patel? Oh, cops, car accident. That's why there's a holdup. Oh man, that's a bad one too. I was wondering why there was traffic. There's usually not traffic like this here. Car accident and the cops. The Popo. 5-0. Well, and the Deputy Attorney General said he's going to go to jail. Oh, Judge Jogn got sworn in yesterday, which was nice. Judge Jogn is now the United States Attorney for the District of Columbia. So does this fall under her jurisdiction? I think it does. Could Judge Jogn bring charges without Pam Bondi against Comey? That would be wonderful. I'll be able to use some gas in just a moment when I get on the highway. Oh yeah, Judge Jogn doesn't play. She does not play. Yeah, I just got a haircut too, guys. Just left the barber, got a haircut thing. I have not gotten a haircut like in almost 2 months. Well, it is a threat. He made a threat against the president. Even President Trump said so. President Trump said it himself. It was most definitely a threat. Well, yeah, I'm in Florida. Florida oranges. That's right. Plus, orange is really kind of my favorite color. Well, thank you, Rob. He said, how do you want it cut? I said, I get the same haircut every time with the same person. But I understand the argument to not arrest Comey. Steve was making it a little bit this morning, that it would so consume the news in Washington. And if he's in D.C., it's very difficult to get a conviction against a... Comey's a Republican, by the way. A lot of people don't know that. I know, isn't it nice? Oh, beautiful. I'd be halfway there if it wasn't for that traffic. Well, we'll make some time up now. I got to get on the highway, guys. Hold on. I'll show you guys the road once I get on it. It's about a 25-minute drive to my mom's house, but that traffic slowed me down. accidents. This is like the first hot day of summer. 92. It's now 92 degrees. Just went up to 92. That's Florida, man. Beautiful sunshine. I love it. Now this here, the sunroof, I don't have the sunroof open because I'm streaming. And then I can close this. If I wasn't streaming, I'd have it open. But it might be too loud. Or maybe not. I don't know. Let me see. You guys want me to open the sunroof? If it's too loud, I can always close it. I don't think my hat will blow through it. But the big, beautiful bill will pass. People are just having freakouts today. You've always got, you know, I don't stress out about these things with Trump, you know? You've always got to trust in Trump. He literally dodged a speeding bullet, right? If the guy can dodge a speeding bullet, get elected to a non-consecutive term, he can handle getting the big, beautiful bill passed. I think it might be too loud if I open it up, but let's see. Let's see. It's a little loud. Hold on. I'll get on the road. I'll shut it. I don't think you guys will be able to hear me. All right. I don't think you'll be able to hear me if I have that open. I'll show you where I'm at. Here we are. Oh yeah, that'd be great. Let Obama run in 2028 and lose. No one wants Obama back. Michelle doesn't even want Obama back. Who wants Obama back? Mediocre president. Mediocre. You know, Obama will always have a place in the history books because he's the first black president. But other than being the first black president, what did he accomplish? Jack, that's what he accomplished. Nada. I hate when people go slow and then you go to pass them and then all of a sudden they get lead foot. Drives me nuts. You know, with other presidents, when things like this would happen, I'd get upset. Like Bush, I'd be upset. But you always know with Trump, you've got nothing to worry about. Now, if you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure you subscribe. You'll love my content, I promise. And it's really nice having a president that you know is going to get things done, get the bill passed and everything, and not have to worry. And, you know, I tell people a lot before, you know, Trump's been on the scene for 10 years, right? So before Trump, being a Republican was to lose a lot because we had these traitorous fake Republicans, weaklings, and we haven't had a strong leader. Now we have MAGA Republicans in Congress, and we've got a strong leader in the president. And we've always got JD for a tie-breaking vote in the Senate. So no, don't worry about it. It's fine. If Trump wasn't president, I'd be upset and worried. You know, a lot of people like to worry and be stressed and feel like losers. Not me. Not with Trump in office. Trump's a winner. And he always gets what he wants. You know, and what Trump is asking for in the big, beautiful bill, which he'll get, it is all reasonable stuff that's totally nonpartisan that everyone agrees with. There's nothing that Trump is proposing off the hook. But that's okay. I will call them back. You may have to refresh. There's nothing Trump is asking for, not a single thing that is in the least bit controversial. Everything he's asking for is accepted and approved and wanted by the majority of the American people. Who's against tax on tips? Right? Ending tax on tips. You know, I was watching Officer Tatum earlier, and he brought something up I hadn't thought about. He said the no tax on tips is a massive pay raise for police officers without the government spending any more money, the local governments. I didn't even think about that. Somebody called me the other day, they were whining that there's going to be a cap on the overtime. I don't know if there'll be a cap. That there's a cap, there's a cap. But it's still a massive raise. You realize how many people work overtime. You know, I don't have an hourly paid job, right? I get paid in different ways. So, you know, I work overtime every week. If I told you how many hours a week I worked, really, you would not believe it. My wife kept track, and it was more than I wanted to know. 92 degrees. It's 92 degrees here in Florida. And the sunshine. Because, you know, look at this idiot. Look at that. What a jerk. It's going to kill someone. You know, guys like that, they think they're great drivers. Zigging and zagging and driving 120 miles an hour between everyone's cars. He's not a great driver. The only reason he doesn't get into an accident is because other people on the road who drive safely are skilled drivers and avoid him. What a moron. You know, because when you think about overtime, gosh, how many people are hourly workers that work overtime? A lot. I forgot about police officers, hospital workers. And cars with the, and you can deduct the interest on your loans on American-made cars from your taxes. The car business, I might buy a new car. Heck, that's a big savings. Even people that don't have great credit, that they get subprime loans, right? They'll be like, oh, well, it's a high interest rate, but I can deduct it, so let's take it, you know? I'm on the highway. I'm getting close. I'm heading to my mom's house. 6 miles from the exit. Getting close. Bit of a traffic jam as I'm getting closer. No, nothing to worry about. I mean, are you guys like me? You know Trump's in charge. You know he's going to get a handle of everything, so you're not worried about it. I could get upset. I could be, oh, these Republicans, they won't stand up, to these Democrats. They won't pass the bill through. I know damn well, now that Trump's home, they'll get in line. Then it'll pass. Of course it will. And what Trump's strategy with the bills has been phenomenal, because they haven't been passing a bunch of bills, which is what they normally would do. The big, beautiful bill. They've got everything in one big bill. And there'll be more, but this is a very interesting strategy. And the reason that Trump is doing that, if you have a bunch of smaller bills, it's just constant argument. You get one big bill, and it's got so many great things that everyone wants, with taxes primarily we're talking about, all these tax cuts, and they can't stop it. And they can fill it with so many things that we won't even realize is in there till it's done, and we'll be, wow, look what Trump did. It's a new strategy that Trump is doing with Mike Johnson. Man, this person next to me is swerving. I'll let him get ahead of me. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brian Craig. This is where MAGA comes to talk. Make sure that you subscribe, all right? Subscribe to the channel. You'll love content. I was talking on Thursday. I told you guys, I said, don't worry about these Republicans that aren't supporting the bill. As soon as Trump's home, he'll take care of it. They're all butch while he's in the Middle East and out of town. He's out of the country. They're, oh, yeah, we're not going to do it. Let's see them stand up to Trump. So we've got nice roads here, palm trees. That's Florida, man. Florida palm trees. Told you we have the nicest state in America. This is the best state in the country. Oh my gosh, it got hot. It's 94 degrees now. 94. It's gotten hotter. It was 91 when I got in the car. Now it's 94. Holy smokes. This is like the hottest day we've had in a while. But we're in rainy hurricane season, so the rains will be coming soon. And it rains every day. It cools things off. I'll ask you guys in the chat, yes or no? Will Donald Trump get the big, beautiful bill passed with everything he wants in it? I say yes. What do you guys say? Yes or no? Will Donald Trump, President Trump, our favorite president, get the big, beautiful bill passed with everything he wants in it? I say yes. What do you guys say? All these whiners. Exactly. They sound like a bunch of old ladies. People panicking. Oh, really? What does Trump want that he's not going to get? No tax on tips? No tax on overtime? No tax on Social Security? Deducting interest on auto loans on American-made cars? Funding the wall? What's he not going to get that he wants? Give me a break. Anything that doesn't make it through are things that Trump just stuffed in there so he could make these idiots think that he was conceding something when he's not. He's going to get more than he wants. He always does. Okay, I'm approaching the exit, so I gotta watch the road here. I'm not going to show you the exit because I don't need to show you guys where my mom lives, but it's a busy exit. Oh. I've got tourist in front of me, Florida tourist. You can tell tourists, they don't know their way around. You know, all these people that are saying, oh, tourism's down, where do they get that from? I hear this all the time in the news, right? Oh, tourism's down. It's not down. I've got tourists in front of me, lost, don't know where the hell they're going. Virginia plates, driving under the speed limit. Come on. Nope, went down. Now it's 93 degrees. It's cooling off. Oh my goodness, there are so many palm trees. I don't want to show you them, but because I want to show where my mother lives, but they have planted a ton of new palm trees over. It's like a palm tree forest over here. Oh my goodness. This person drove all the way from Virginia like this. Must have taken them a month to get to Florida. No worries. Big beautiful bill will pass. Now it is a question as to whether or not Comey's going to be arrested, which he should have already been arrested. I hope he tells that story to the Secret Service when they question him, that he didn't know what 86 meant. Lying to federal agents is a crime. You can go to prison for that, right? That's what they got Flynn on, remember? Say, I don't need IMAPs. I live here. You can always tell the tourists. Tourists are always lost. So even with all the traffic, it was about a 30-minute drive. It's without the traffic I ran into, it's a 25-minute drive from my house to my mom's. But that car accident slowed me down. So never worry with Trump. Never worry. I mean, I love how it came out that the Qatar plane gift to the United States, that started with the Biden administration. That's beautiful. That is amazing. I didn't see that one coming. But who did, right? When I stop, I'll take a quick look at the chat, guys. Alrighty. All right, this is my old neighborhood that I grew up in that I'm in now. So weird, I come back here. I used to ride my bicycle on this street when I was a kid, and it's changed. It looks the same. It's kind of, but, I mean, you know, to me, I get goosebumps every day just that President Trump's the president again, right? I mean, that it's such an amazing miracle to have 2 non-consecutive terms, to dodge the bullet, They tried to shoot him again. He escaped a second assassination right after the first one. All these arrests and everything else. And people having these meltdowns over these wimpy Republicans. You don't think Trump's going to get them in line? Are you freaking kidding me? Of course he is. Of course he is. Oh, that's a pretty cool Cybertruck just passed. A purple Cybertruck. All right, I'll take a quick look at before I went.